Hi everyone, I just wanted to make a guide on how to teamfight in 5v5 crystals. So in low level crystals, I see a lot of confusion on who to focus, how to position, when to change targets, when to use defensive, and so on. So I just wanted to make this guide to give people a general understanding of how to teamfight and go over some different strategies in crystals. So I'm going to focus on the range DPS in double range DPS comps first, because I think the concepts translate pretty well to triple frontline comps. So for double range DPS, I like to think of each range DPS having their own lane. And at the start of the fight, the main goal is to just win your lane against the enemy range DPS. Okay, so winning your lane means two things. So number one, you get DPS priority, which means you're able to push the enemy DPS away so you can freely attack anyone on the enemy team. So I see a lot of newer players ignoring the enemy range DPS when someone calls out a target to focus. So changing targets is a mistake in this case when another enemy range DPS is freely attacking you, since you can die pretty quickly. So you want to first get DPS priority by pushing out the enemy range DPS to freely attack whatever target is being called. So the second aspect of winning your lane is to make the enemy use their defensives. So if an enemy wastes their defensive, they become a potential kill target. And I will talk more about potential kill targets later in this guide. So notice that winning your lane does not mean that you kill the enemy range DPS. If you chase for a kill, there's a good chance that you'll overextend and get turned on by the enemy frontline and get yourself killed. The goal is just to pressure the enemy range DPS away, which will limit who they can attack, and it will give you priority to attack whoever you want to attack. So another thing about winning your lane is that you want to stay in your lane. So I see a lot of newer players running around in every direction, when instead, they should just kite forwards and back. This will help with reducing the chance of clumping with your team and getting hit by AoEs. This will also help your teammates, especially your healer, keep track of where you are in case you need help. Now, if you're winning your lane, we need to start factoring in the tank and the melee DPS. So no matter how good you aren't going to win against a tank, melee, and range DPS attacking you at the same time. So if you're getting focused by the tank and melee, I like to think of this lane as the passive lane. And in the passive lane, you're not trying to win your lane. You are just trying to pressure the enemy frontline and survive. So when the enemy melee come towards you, you want to attack the melee while kiting back. This will either force the melee to retreat, or if the melee overextends, he becomes a potential kill target. And this might also make the enemy healer try to overextend to heal his frontline, which makes the healer a potential kill target. So the reason why I call these potential kill targets is because your team needs to follow up in order to get the kill. So some common follow-ups are a stun from a tank, creating separation between the kill target and the healer, putting healing debuffs on the kill target, or stunning and silencing the healer while the kill target is being focused. So there are other things you can do, but this is where different builds, different comps, teamwork, and timing really come into play. There's a lot of different combinations, but the main idea is to know when there's a kill opportunity, so that you can either take advantage of it or avoid giving a kill to the enemy. Okay, so that's the general idea of team fighting in crystals. I hope this helped, and good luck on winning your crystals.